What is going on, everyone? Thank you for joining the Tully broadcast. So, in today's video, as you can see, we're going to go over obviously week 16. Liam had a little bit of a tough start. Tough start in week 16, did not do fantastic. He's looking, I know you're looking for some big weeks. You can get up to 500. Looks like you're not going to get that with week 16.
Yeah, I mean, tough. It's whatever. Some of them feel kind of bad. 2-1 on Mortal Locks, though. So we'll chalk that one up as a win for the week, right? We're getting closer to 500 in the Mortal Locks. Oh, we're tied up in Mortal Locks.
We are tied up, me and you, Liam, in Mortal Locks. We went 2-1 also this week in my Mortal Lock, leaving me to be 22 and 26, just as you are 22 and 26. So yeah, I mean, definitely an interesting week. But yeah, I mean, you got anything? I look at these games, I really don't feel like I remember seeing that many games that got me upset. To be honest with you, I mean, I took Washington, terrible side pick, and I took New Orleans, terrible side to also pick due to how bad they both got beat up. So yeah, I mean, you have anything else to say about them before we go?
Not really. I mean, I think like the Packers not covering or beating the Browns by more when Baker threw 4 picks. It's kind of ridiculous. Yeah, and then I was just on the wrong side of a few games. And that's all good. Jimmy G also is terrible. So I don't know why I chose 49ers, but new week, new me.
All right, fair enough. Let's go into this next week. As you can see, we have the week 17 picks up. So no Thursday game. We're recording this on Thursday night, and we have no Thursday game. So very interesting. But we'll go into the first game, and that is the Atlanta Falcons against the Buffalo Bills at minus 14.5. And I know we've been taking these big, these big lines with the Bills. I've been doing okay with them. So I'm going to continue to do that. I'm going to go Bills minus 14.5.
Yeah, I'm doing the same exact thing. I really don't. It's just Bills playing a shitty team. We've eaten the big spreads all year, and I think we've been pretty good on it. The Falcons play close games with bad teams. They get killed by good teams. And I think that the Bills win this game by more than 14.5. So give me the Bills.
Love it. We'll go into this next game. I'm slamming the Rams. The Ravens are beat up with injuries, and that's just to even say, even if Lamar does play, they're still super beat up. All of their players are hurt. So I'm going to go Rams here at minus 3.5. Quite frankly, I'm surprised this is bigger, very much in Mortal Lock territory.
I'm going to take Baltimore. It's just like 82% of the bets are on the Rams. That's it.
Sometimes the big majority of the people are right.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But like, I'm just going to play it that way because clearly I'm not good at actually thinking out the games. Yeah, I don't know why I'm taking the Ravens. I have no justification because I think the Rams, like in my head, the Rams are going to like punt them.
Yeah.
But I guess like the line has moved up to 4 now. Doesn't really change too much for me. It's not really like a super key number. So I'm just gonna take the numbers play and roll with the Ravens, baby. Hopefully Lamar is back.
All right. Fair enough. We'll go into the New York Giants at Chicago. What an awful game. But guess what? The Giants are dog shit. The Giants are absolutely horrendous. And Chicago, they have a good defense. So I'm going to go Giants at +6. Or I'm going to go Chicago at -6. Again, Chicago has a good defense. The Giants don't have any offense. I mean, they don't have a good defense, but they have a defense with some guys on it where you're like, you guys were pretty good. And they
Is their defense as good as our defense?
Their offense is much better.
I think the best unit in the game is the Giants defense. So I'm gonna roll with in this game is the Giants defense.
Oh. I think you're talking about like in the league. I was like,
no. I saw your face and I was like, well, maybe he does something else. We're not the best defense in the league, but our defense is the best unit in this game. However, our offense is potentially one of the worst the NFL has ever seen. I'm going to take the Giants, though. I think this is a pretty close game. which I've said the last few weeks when taking the Giants, and it hasn't been true. But yeah, Joe is coaching for a job right now, so I don't know. We'll see. I'll take the Giants to the points. Maybe it's just me being a homer, but give me the Giants.
Now, I hate to say it with the Giants and like talk about some news and stuff like that, but I have seen something where this is big for you, Liam, and I also agree with this, that the Giants haven't closed the door on firing Judge. They're keeping it open.
I heard that like they're gonna try to convince the new GM to keep him on, but if the new GM like really doesn't want to, they'll get rid of him.
I like that a lot.
But apparently, our new GM is just gonna be some other fucking clown from inside the organization.
No,
So.
apparently they've got a lot of names. Like they like doing Dorsey. They like Dorsey from who used to be the Browns.
49ers. Oh,
Or-
Browns, yeah.
Yeah, they got a lot of guys. He's apparently there's a huge line of guys that are outside the league that are outside of the organization that like him.
Well, I hope it's someone from outside the organization.
I fucking pray to God too. I pray to Christ. So, but yeah, I'm not. I mean, the Giants' offense. Yeah, it's by far the worst in the league. It's not even close. So yeah, I'm gonna go Chicago -6. I might even more lock that too. Okay, we'll go Kansas City at the Bengals. And I hate this game.
I'm so excited to watch it though.
I'm really excited to watch it. I'm not excited to make a claim on what I think this line is going to be. Both these teams are really good, but Cincinnati sometimes has up and down weeks. I'm gonna go with Kansas City and Cincinnati has this down week. That's all I'm doing. So I'm gonna go Kansas City -5, and I'm assuming Cincinnati because they've had 2 or 3 weeks of good football in a row. I'm assuming they have a letdown week, so I'm gonna go Kansas City -5.
All right. I'm going to be taking the Bengals here. Basically the play here is for me, like the Chiefs are going to stop covering like these massive spreads at some point. And also like this is such a sell high on the Chiefs. Like they just kicked the shit out of Pittsburgh on national television. So that's kind of what I'm doing, is sell high. I think the Bengals are playing really good football. I really like Joe Burrow. I like their wide receiver core. Like Joe Mixon's playing well. I think their O-line is even doing like decent. I'm not entirely sure. I don't really watch the Bengals that often or that closely. But their defense is even playing kind of well. That team has some swag, and I think they shouldn't be 5-point underdogs to anybody right now. So I'm just going to take the Bengals and the points. I think this is going to be a really good game. I think it's close, and I'm excited to watch it.
All right. I mean, yeah. Again, I'm just only picking Kansas City. I'm only assuming Cincinnati is a bad week. I don't know though. I hate that game. I think it's a tough game to bet. To be honest with you, I wouldn't bet. I wouldn't even touch that game. All right. We'll go on to Miami at the Tennessee Titans. Another game that I love. I'm going Tennessee -3.5, and it's not even close. I love Tennessee -3.5. I think the Dolphins aren't good. The Dolphins have had 7 weeks in a row. They won 7 games in a row. Congrats. You want to know who they've won against? They've won against us. They've won against Jacksonville. They've won against the Jets. They've won against some of the worst teams in the league. I don't think they're that good. I'm going to go Tennessee -3.5.
All right, yeah. At a certain point, like you did win 7 games in a row in the NFL, though, and one of those wins was against the Ravens. They completely trounced the Saints, even though it was Ian Book. Can we talk shit about Ian Book, or is that not allowed on the pod?
We don't have to talk shit. We can just point things out.
He's really bad. He's so bad. He's awful. But also like he was getting killed yesterday. It was hard to, or not yesterday, whenever they played, but it was hard to watch. Like he just kept getting murdered. I love the Miami Dolphins here.
I'll show you. I'll go over their schedule right now. Ready?
I know who they beat.
This is the 7 game. Well, the viewers might not know. This is the 7 games that they've won in a row. They beat the Texans at home. Dog shit team. They beat the Ravens at home. Are the Ravens that good?
Lamar played in that game.
They're that good. They beat the Jets. They beat the Panthers. They beat the Giants. They beat the Jets again. And they beat the Saints of the Bucs. And that's your team? That's fine. We're going to go Miami.
Yeah, you could super lock that for me, or mortal lock it.
I'm all in on that because guess what? I'm gonna mortal lock my Tennessee pick. I'm imposing mortal locks. I think it might be a first and leak in our history.
I don't even care. I'm mad at you.
Cool.
I'm mortal locking the
I
Dolphins.
might
They're
have
cool.
all three of my mortal locks within the first 1 o'clock games.
I love the Dolphins there. But we can move on.
I don't understand really why you love them.
I just think their defense is good. I don't think that the Titans are the same team without Derrick Henry. He's not going to be back for this. You know who matches up really well with the Titans?
Howard.
Like, what do the Titans do? They're going to throw the ball to AJ Brown and Julio Jones, right? Yeah, well, we have Xavier Howard and Byron Jones. It's a very good matchup.
Is Byron Jones good?
What?
Is Byron Jones good?
Yeah.
Mm,
Is Julio Jones good?
no.
Yeah. All right, so pipe down over there, Pete Tulls.
Nothing's gonna wash.
And I don't think that the Titans will be able to stop Miami from running the ball. And Jalen Waddle looks elite right now. So let's just check that out. I think it'll be fun. And I'm so excited to watch the Miami Dolphins beat the Tennessee Titans outright.
Fair enough. All right, we'll go on to the next game. We have the Las Vegas Raiders going against the Indianapolis Colts. So I'm going to pick the Raiders here for two reasons. One reason being that the Colts just kind of run the ball a lot. I know Carson's been playing better, but it's really just the Colts are running the ball. So I'm going to go Colts here, or I'm going to go Raiders here at plus 6.5. Also, I'm not totally sure if Carson Wentz is playing. So you might have Sam Ellinger or Phillip Rivers starting for you. So I'm going to go Raiders here at plus 6.5.
This is my little coin flip game of the week for the week. I have no idea what to think. If you asked me to make a line for this game, I'd probably say like, oh, the Colts win by touchdown. That's basically where we're at. Also don't know who's playing quarterback, like you said. So it's a coin flip game. So the Colts are going to be heads. Flip a coin. It's tails. So we're riding with
the Raiders.
We're gonna ride with the Raiders. So I'm on your team here for once. We've taken a lot of opposite sides so far, but I'm honored to be with you, Pat.
I appreciate it. No, I think it's the right pick. The Carson Wentz, like I know the CDC has changed their thing. We're getting political here, but I know the CDC has changed it. They're quarantined from 10 to 5 days. So therefore the NFL has done that. But I'm not totally sure if he plays. Like I don't know. And if he does play, he's missed all week of practice. Like he's got to be somewhat rusty. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna go Raiders here at plus 6.5. I don't even think they're that bad of a team. I think they're kind of a swaggy team. So yeah, I'm gonna go plus 6.5 Raiders.
The Raiders also need to win that game to like have a shot at making the playoffs. They still have a pretty good chance to make the playoffs, but they need to go in there and win.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. Big Cat should be nervous for his pinky though, because the Colts are looking pretty good. They're playing good football. All right, we'll go on to the next game. Kind of a shitty game, but I'm gonna be a square and go minus 15.5. I'm gonna go New England Patriots at minus 15.5. Got a couple things going here. The Patriots like didn't get pants. They lost to the Bills, and you know that sucks. After like talking a lot of shit to Bills fans, they kind of need a bounce back game here. Also, it's cold. It's the end of December, beginning of January in fucking Foxborough, and it's not like that in Jacksonville. So I know it's very nice. I know people that are already down in Florida right now. So I'm going to assume that the Jaguars have a tough time playing in the cold and going at Bill Belichick with not even your original head coach, an interim head coach who's not that great. It's all recipes for disaster. I'm going to go Patriots minus 6.5.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Jags here. I don't really have like a massive like reason why. I just think it's a lot of points.
It is.
I think the Patriots are kind of just trying to like get in and get out of this week. Don't have any significant injuries, get the win and go home. So I just think, or get the win and get the Jaguars to go home. But whatever. Yeah, I think it's too many points. I'm just going to take the Jags. I think there's value there.
Fair. Okay, on to the next game. We have Tampa Bay at New York Jets. Again, it's kind of similar philosophy. The Jets are horrendous, and Tampa Bay is not. So I'm going to go Tampa Bay minus 13. I don't really see how the Jets are going to be put on points against Tampa Bay's defense. And you see a blowout. So, yeah, I could see 2 touchdowns being scored and being a blowout. Yeah, I do. So I see Tampa Bay minus 13.
Hmm.
It's a weird game, but I like this.
It's a tough game
Mom
for
likes the
me.
Jets.
I'm gonna take the Jets.
Fall Colin.
Yeah, me and Colin are hanging out. Only reason 80% of the bets are on the Bucs.
Yeah.
That's it. That's
It's
it,
a
Pat.
square move. It's a square move, but I'll be a square. I like being a square sometimes.
And Tampa has a bunch of people who were injured, so like most of their weapons, right?
Yeah, but still. Like I know Godwin's out for the year. I think Evans is pretty much I don't even know what's up with Evans, but he's hurt at the moment. Fernandez hurt.
Hamstring, yeah.
So yeah, I understand, but still, come on. Brown's gonna light this team up. Mike,
So let's lose by 10. Like that's
I'm gonna
fine.
even take a Browns over. Or I'm gonna take an Antonio Brown
Antonio
over.
Brown. That's a little funky.
Total yards. We'll look at the line when we get there. But yeah, just something to look into. All right, we'll go into the next game. Little NFC East matchup. Will not pick the Eagles because I never do. So Washington plus 3.5. It's actually pretty easy when I don't have to think about it. Washington plus 3.5. I don't even think about it. Have a little bounce back.
Yeah, I'm taking the Eagles. It hurts a little bit. Like I just think they're gonna win. I just think they're better than Washington. Washington's pretty bad these days, and I understand that like Washington just got clown showed by the Cowboys, and maybe they show up and put on a better performance here. But I don't really think they're that capable. I think the Eagles are actually like a decent team, and yeah, I think they'll beat the football team, and spread's close enough where I'm not thinking about it too hard. I don't like that they have the hook, but I'll take the Eagles and kind of plug my nose and take the Eagles. Yeah.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, again, again, you guys know my philosophy, never pick an Eagle game. I refuse to pick the Eagles. I fucking hate them. The worst organization, scumbags. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of agree with Colin's point here that I feel like if you get every NFL team when they get pants the week before, like comes out and plays pretty well, I'll buy it. I'll buy it if you sell it to me. Whatever. So yeah, maybe it's a close game. Who knows? And I hate Jalen Hurts. I think Jalen Hurts is trash. So fuck him. Hate Jalen Hurts. All right, we'll go on to the Denver Broncos playing the Los Angeles Chargers. Another team that got pantsed and got embarrassed by what I would consider a way inferior opponent to them. I hate Denver. I don't think Denver is good. So, and I've been betting against them and doing pretty okay. So I'm gonna go Los Angeles Chargers here at minus 6.5. I don't think the Broncos are good. Their offense is bad. They don't even have a quarterback. Is Teddy playing? Who knows? I don't think they're good. I'm gonna go Chargers minus 6.5.
Yeah, I'm also gonna take the Chargers minus 6.5. It's really it's Drew Lock is starting, and that's really it. I'd probably take this if it was Teddy, but it's not. And the Broncos suck. The Broncos are a bad team. The Chargers, like you said, just kind of got pantsed by the Texans. Like you need to come in here and make a statement. I think they win by at least a touchdown. Drew Lock will throw a pick six, guaranteed.
And they're also making Drew Lock. It's weird. Like I was listening to part of my take, and they were explaining how like I didn't watch the game really. I didn't really feel like watching the game, so I didn't think it was gonna be that good. But they're making Drew Lock like play like he's Teddy Bridgewater, and it's just weird. They're in a weird spot.
Yeah,
that's a team.
I love the Chargers here.
That's a team like the Broncos are genuinely a team that I really do think are a quarterback away. They have everything. They have a solid offensive line. They have a fantastic defense. They have tons of weapons, nothing but weapons. They you have really good tight end Noah Fant. You have a really good two wide receivers are really good, Quentin Sutton and Jerry Jeudy. You have KJ Hamler is a nice little slot guy. Like you have everything there. You're just looking for that last elite quarterback. And every elite quarterback wants to go there. They just never do. So
yeah.
All right, we'll go into the next team. Second game of the witching hour, which is Houston Texans at San Francisco 49ers. Niners, ugly game. San Francisco needs to win. I'm going to go San Francisco minus 12.5. I'm sure all of the bets are on San Francisco, which I hate, but I'm going to go San Francisco minus 12.5.
I'm taking San Francisco as well. They need a win. I'm selling the Texans after last week. Like, that's not who they are. Mm-hmm. We're buying San Francisco. We're selling the Texans. It's perfect. And 84% of the bets are on the Texans.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Fuck yeah, I like that. I also I agree with you. I just think a lot of people I think there's a big letdown week. I think it's gonna be a big letdown week for the Texans. They just whopped the Chargers, who are pretty good. They kind of killed them. But yeah, I agree with you. I like the minus 12.5. We'll go into a game I'm actually very excited to watch, which is the Cardinals at Dallas Cowboys. And I'm gonna go Cowboys at minus 4.5. I think the Cardinals are becoming the F words. I think they're becoming frauds. I'm gonna go Cardinals at minus 4.5. Or sorry, Cowboys at minus 4.5.
Is this the comeback spot for the Cardinals, though?
No.
I do not think so either. Give me the Cowboys. This line has moved up to 6. Yeah, I'll take the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys are playing really good football. Their defense is looking like really, really, really good and very impressive right now, especially like they're getting after the passer. We know they have all those playmakers in the secondary. We all know that they have weapons on offense. If Dak can really start to put it together here, like Tony Pollard and Zeke can eat, like the Cowboys are actually looking pretty good. And the Cardinals are still just kind of falling apart. I don't know. I love Cowboys here.
I agree with you. I totally agree with you. And you're right. The Cardinals are starting to fall apart. The Cardinals are not the team that they were. So yeah, I like Cowboys here at minus 4.5. So all right, we'll go into kind of a stinker of a game. I guess this is culture games. I take New Orleans laying the points. Both teams have.
I agree with Colin. I'm taking the Saints.
Yeah, I'll go Saints minus 7. And this is a dumb game.
I'm just very anti-Panthers. I'm not really that anti-Saints. I just think that like they're in a pretty shitty situation, like quarterback and weapons-wise at the moment, besides Kamara. But like the Carolina Panthers are a clown show. I remember if you watch like week 4 or 5 of this podcast, Pat was talking about how good the Carolina Panthers are. And I'm like, they're not. Look who they're playing. Like, no, I think they're actually good. Sam Darnold's good. Look at us now.
Yeah, I'm a cap god. It's fine. I like to be a cap god sometimes. You're right. You got me. Yeah, this is a shit game. And the Panthers are shit. So neither is shit when we beat them. So I'll just show you.
That's true.
But, all right, we'll go on to the Detroit Lions at the Seattle Seahawks. Give me Lions. I like tanking the Lions. Don't really have a lot to back this. I just like the Lions. They always
give me the Seahawks. I think no one is actually betting the Seahawks here. Anybody who's betting this is taking the Lions.
Yeah.
If you think the Seahawks are going to win, you're not going to touch it. This could be Russell Wilson's last game in Seattle. I think it probably is.
Come to the Giants.
That's the narrative I'm rolling with, though. Last game, light it up, kill a bad team. The Lions are fighting, and they're fighting, and they're fighting, but they're not talented. I think that the Seahawks take care of business here, and 72% of the bets are Lions. So I'll take the Seahawks.
And that's an awesome narrative. That's a fantastic narrative.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. You like how I just drew that one up?
I'm narrative street boy, especially when it means he's going to the Giants. Oh,
I don't want him to, though.
He's too much money.
Yeah, I want to like actually restart.
That's fair. Okay, we'll go on to the Minnesota Vikings at the Green Bay Packers. Give me Green Bay. Home game, Sunday night primetime game. I like the glasses, becoming smarter. I need to see your I want to hear your opinion on this, but I'm going to take Green Bay at minus 6.5. Mr. Smart Boy, he's got the glasses. He's elite now. What do you think?
I agree with you, Pat. I think that Packers are the better team, pretty obviously. They can win by a touchdown, and we come out of here, all right? I just think that the Packers, I believe, are like 11-4 against the spread this season. So we'll just keep rolling with that. The Vikings suck. This is Kirk Cousins in primetime against the greatest quarterback of all time in primetime. Who do you want? You're laying less than a touchdown.
I want my son. I want Aaron.
Yeah.
I agree.
I
agree with you. He's not my son though, Aaron, but I agree with you. Give me Green Bay minus 6.5. Love it. Okay. Now we'll go on to the Cleveland Browns against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And yeah, I'm gonna take the Browns here. Because I think the Browns are probably not mathematically out, but they need a lot of help. The Steelers are still kind of in it too, but I think this is more of like a fuck you game. It's like a rivalry game. These teams both don't like each other. They really want to win. I'm gonna go Browns at -3.5. I like Browns at -3.5. Again, I do not think like I think they're mathematically still in it because of the 17 thing. But I don't think they're really in it for the Browns. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't like they need a win here, but I think it's more of like we want to win this game because we hate the Steelers and we want to destroy this season. So I'm gonna go Browns here at -3.5.
I'm taking the Steelers. I love this game.
Really?
They just got clown showed on national television. Buy low. Also, this is Big Ben's last game in Pittsburgh.
Oh, fuck.
I'm sticking with that narrative too.
It's a good
Like
narrative.
Eli went out on a win. Phillip went out on a win. I think that that Ben will do the same, and that whole class will leave the field as a winner in their final game. And that's so narrative street. So I know you love that.
I'm a big narrative street guy.
Yeah, so that's what I'm going with. Yeah, I think as far as them getting clowned and wanting to bounce back, the Browns not being that good, the Browns giving the Packers a really tight game on national television, and it being Big Ben's last game, and I'm getting the hook on a field goal. Give me the Steelers.
I agree with you. I like the narratives. You're putting an awesome narrative and you're just rubbing it in my face for two really good quarterbacks in their hometown. So that sucks. Okay, we'll go into the mortal locks. So we already have our first mortal locks. We're going against each other, Tennessee, and with the 3.5 against the Miami Dolphins. So I'm gonna also lock up Green Bay. I love Green Bay a lot. Agree with you. I love that Kirk Cousins is playing in this game. Carbo and Aaron is GOAT, or not GOAT. Tom Brady is, but he's really good. So I'm gonna do that. And I hate to do it against my boys, but actually I went to Chicago. I was gonna lock up Chicago, really was, but now I just feel bad about doing it against the Giants. So I'm gonna lock up the Rams. I like that game a lot. I think the Ravens aren't that good, even if Lamar is playing. So I'm gonna go Rams here at -3.5. I think they're just gonna play elite football.
I have 4 games that I'm tussling around with for my second and third mortal lock. Ooh. I like the Cowboys. I like the 49ers. I like the Chargers. And I like the Steelers. I think I'm going to go Cowboys and 49ers.
Okay. I do not hate that at all. It's pretty good. Yeah. Cowboys and 49ers, you said?
Yeah, so like the Cowboys against the Cardinals. I think they beat them. And then the 49ers against Houston. I think they stomped them out. All
right. It's a big spread. I always get afraid to lock up big spreads, but I like it. But all right, yeah. Do you have anything else you want to say before we wrap this up? Pretty good week. Got a couple good games. To be honest,
I like the board quite a bit this week.
I like the board too, to be honest with you. I also just like the games in general. Like I think that Sunday night game is really good. The Dallas game's obviously really good as well. Kind of like obviously like it's who's the top in the NFC almost besides the Packers.
Chiefs Bengals.
What?
Chiefs Bengals.
That's another really good game. That's in the afternoon, I believe, at 1, right? Yeah. So you get a lot of good games.
And Miami, Tennessee is a good game as well.
Yeah, because it is also like, it's kind of like, it was Miami factor cap.
And a lot of shit like that game will affect like a lot of the playoff stuff.
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, all right. You got anything before we go, Liam?
No. Good luck, everybody. Have a good week. See you guys next week. Road to 500, baby. We're going to try.
I'll agree. Let's go nerd in. All right, guys. Peace out.
Nope. Let's not.